Hello everyone, my name is Selgo Kreja and today I'll be guiding you through the most fundamental and powerful data structures in Python, which is the list. Whether you are building simple scripts or building high-end projects, understanding list is essential. So now let's see what is the list. Lists in Python are ordered, changeable collections that can hold items of any data types like numbers, strings, or even other lists. They are enclosed in square brackets. Here you can see the example. My list equals to 1, Python and 3.4. The key things to remember are first, they maintain order. Second, they can be changed, which is they are mutable. And third, they can contain duplicates. Now let us see how you can access the list in Python. To create a list, just use square brackets. You can start with an empty list with this, or you can use a prefilled one like this. To access the element using zero-based indexing, here mylist at bracket 0 gives the first element of the list. Or to access elements from the end, you can use negative indexes, which here mylist minus 1 will give the last term of your list. Now, let us see what are modifying methods in Python. Modifying lists is essential when working with dynamic data in Python. Lists are mutable, which means you can change them after they are created. This includes adding new elements, removing unwanted elements, and clearing all the items. To add an item, you can use append method, which will add the item at the last of the list, or you can use insert method, which through which you can add element at a specific index. To remove an element, you can use remove method. Using remove method, you can remove the first value that will be occurred in the list. Or you can use pop by index, through which you will give an index of that element you want to delete, and using pop that element will be deleted from the list. And if you want to remove or clear the entire list, you can use list.clear, using which your entire list will be removed. Now let us move on to the list slicing. Slicing helps you extract parts of a list. The syntax for the list slicing is your name of the list, the start value and the stop value. This will extract items from start up to the stop, but it will not include the stop value. You can specify a step in list to skip items using this syntax. Or if you want to slice your list from the last, you can use negative index. Now let us see some examples of list slicing. Here you can see that my list is given as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Using this command mylist 1 to 4, here my list indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the input for slicing is my list 1 to 4. So this 3 value will be extracted as stop value is not included in the result. So here is the result. Using this, you can access list from start to the given point. Here, this means your list is accessed from 0 to third, which means 0, 1 and 2 index will be in the result. Here you can see that 10, 20 and 30 in the result. Now using this, you can slice your entire list from starting point to the end point. Here 2 is given to 2 to 4 will be given and 4 will be included since it is not given in this input. So your output will be 30, 40 and 50. Now using this negative indexing, here our list is minus 1, minus 2 and minus 3, minus 4 and minus 5. So minus 3 will be your 30th element, and to minus 1 you will go from 30, 40 and 50. But stop in value is not included in slicing, so your result will only be 30 to 40. Now let us see some common list methods and functions that are used. Some useful list methods include append to add items, remove to delete items, sort to sort items, and the index to find the index of the uh, matched value. Now let us see some example of list methods. Here your original list is 1, 2, 3. Using this operation, you will add that item at the last of the list. So here result will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then now let us see remove. Original list is 1, 2, 3, and the operation is list.remove 2. So the first occurrence of 2 will be removed from the list here. So the result is 1 and 3. Now let us sort. Your original list given is 3, 1, 2, which is unsorted. To sort the list, we can use list.sort. So your list will be sorted. Now let us see what is index. Here 1, 2, 3 is your original list and we have to find the index of third element. So list.index 3 will result in 2 because here our list has 0 indexes, so 0, 1 and 2. So 2 will be printed. Now let us move on to iterating, nesting and copying list. You can loop through list using for items in list. You can also nest list to create multi-dimensional structures like a matrix. When copying list, use copy or slicing method to avoid modifying the original accidentally. Now let us see some examples of iterating, nesting and copying list. Here, loop through items using for item in list. For example, for num in 1, 2, 3, print num. Here, whole list will be accessed one by one. Now let us see nesting list. List can contain other lists for multidimensional data. Example, your matrix is given as this. Here a two-dimensional list is created. To copy a list, we can use the copy function or list using slicing method, you can use this. Now let us move on to the next topic, which is list comprehension. It is a powerful feature in Python. With list comprehensions, you can create lists in a single line, which can combine loops and conditions also. Example, x star 2 for x in range 5. This will produce your list like 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. It's both clean and efficient. Now let us see some use cases of list in Python. Lists are one of the most flexible and widely used data structure in Python. Their dynamic and versatile nature makes them essential for real-world programming tasks. Now let us explore 5 common use cases of list. First is data storage. Store collections of items such as number, strings or objects. Second, iteration. Loop through elements easily for processing or transformation. Multidimensional structure. Nest a list to represent matrix or grids. Dynamic data. Add or remove items flexibly during program execution. Data manipulation. Sort, slice, and filter elements for customized data views. Now, to wrap things up, use lists for ordered, flexible data. Master methods like append, sort, and remove. Use slicing and iteration to work efficiently. And don't forget, list compression for readable and clean code. Thank you for listening. I hope you now have a clearer understanding of Python list. Now let us solve the 5 questions in list. Write a program to find the largest number in a list. It is our first question. Now let us see how this can be solved. We have a list named number which have these values, and using max we can find the largest number which is present in the list. So here by running this we will get the largest number which is 89 in the list. Hence you can see this. Now let us see the next question, which is write a Python program to find the sum of all elements in a list. Now let's see how this can be solved. We have a list naming number, empty list, and using for loop we are taking inputs from the user. And using sum function we are calculating the sum of all the values which will be given by the user in the list. Now let us see the output. Here you can see the output of the command comes as 26. Now let us see our next question, which is write a Python script to remove duplicates from a list. Here we can see that we have a list named as items which contains duplicate values. Now to remove duplicate values, we will take a variable which is named as unique item and apply this function list and set of items. This will remove all the duplicate items that are present in the list, and the Print will give the output without the duplicates. Here you can see that list without duplicates is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Hence this question is solved. Now let us solve the fourth question, which is count how many times a specific element appears in a list. Let's see its code. Here we have a list named colors which contains elements as red, blue, green, red, blue and red. And we have to check how many times red appears, blue appears and green appears. And this will be done by the using method count. Here we take a variable count underscore red which will count the color red, how many times the color red appears in the list. So the output is 3 times. As you can see 1, 2 and 3. The red color comes in the list 3 times. So using this count function we can calculate how many times that element appears in the list. And this question is solved. Now let us see our last question, which is write a code to reverse the list manually. Hence here is a question where we have a list named original which contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now to reverse this list we will use list slicing as we have discussed in earlier. Here reverse underscore list is a variable which we are given to the to print the list, and using the list slicing which is start, skip and this. So using this our list will be reversed. To run this code, here you can see that our list is reversed.